My sister, and I couldn't ignore it anymore. Every woman who stepped out of the house across from ours seemed changed. They looked dazed, breathless, as if they just lived through something unforgettable, something that left an imprint deep beneath the skin. The man who lived there was named Elias. Mid-50s, always composed, quiet. He wasn't the kind of man who drew attention through words or extravagance. He simply existed in a way that made silence feel like a language. You couldn't pinpoint what made him magnetic. He just was. It was past midnight when it happened again. I was about to switch off the living room light when a flicker of movement caught my eye from across the street. A glow from Elias' bedroom window. He wasn't alone. A woman stood near the glass, her silhouette soft and graceful, as though caught in a dream. Elias stood behind her, his hand lifting gently, brushing a strand of her hair behind her ear. She leaned into him, not tentatively, but like someone who had done it 100 times before. A quiet rhythm, a dance they both knew by heart. "Bianca," I whispered urgently, "you need to see this." She appeared in the doorway, wrapped in a blanket, half asleep, until her eyes caught the scene outside. Neither of us spoke. We just watched. It wasn't scandal that held us there. It was intimacy, familiarity. The way they moved together, deliberate, meaningful, like two souls who spoke in gestures instead of words. "That's not the same woman from last week," Bianca murmured. "Nope," I replied quietly. "5th, maybe 6th this month." The next morning, I couldn't stop thinking about it. Not about what we'd seen, but about what we'd felt. There was something about Elias, something that changed the people who crossed his path. They left his house looking as though they'd discovered something secret, sacred, maybe even about themselves. "I'm going over there," I said suddenly, standing in the kitchen. Bianca nearly dropped her spoon into her cereal. "You're not serious." "Just to say hi," I said too casually. "Just to see." "See what?" she asked. "That he's got some kind of magic touch." "Exactly." She sighed, dramatic as always. "Fine, I'm coming with you. Someone has to keep you from doing something completely insane." We crossed the street that afternoon. Sunlight glinted off his windows, and the air felt heavier somehow, charged, expectant. I knocked once. The door opened almost immediately. There he was, Elias. Barefoot, shirt half-buttoned, hair still damp, curls brushing against his neck. His eyes moved over us slowly, not appraising, understanding. Like he already knew why we were there. "Hi," I managed, smiling. "We were just taking a walk, thought it was time we introduced ourselves." He stepped aside. "Come in." His house was warm, steeped in a quiet kind of elegance. Soft jazz hummed from a speaker somewhere, and the air smelled faintly of cedar wood and roasted coffee. Books lined the walls. The kitchen was immaculate, except for 2 wine glasses on the counter, one already filled. "Expecting company?" I asked lightly. "Not exactly," he said, offering me the filled glass. Bianca lingered near the doorway, her curiosity and caution perfectly balanced. "You're not what we expected," she said finally. He smiled, that small, knowing smile that made you feel both seen and disarmed. "Neither are you," he replied. We sat, we talked. Or rather, he talked and we listened. Elias spoke about travel, about energy, about connection, how most people move through life half awake, afraid to feel too deeply. Each word felt deliberate, meaningful, like a thread pulling at something inside us. At one point, the room fell silent, the kind of silence that stretches, waiting for someone to breathe first. I did. I leaned forward just slightly, my hand resting on the edge of the couch near his. Bianca watched from the other end, arms crossed, her expression unreadable. Elias didn't move away. He simply turned his head toward me, a small gesture, but it felt like the air itself shifted. "You can leave if this feels too strange," I said softly to my sister. She didn't answer. She didn't leave either. There was no invitation in the air, no seduction, only possibility. Something quiet, powerful, human. We didn't touch, we didn't need to. When we finally left, the sky was painted in shades of violet and gold. Neither of us spoke as we crossed back home, but we didn't have to. Something had changed, not about Elias, but about us. The next morning, Bianca broke the silence over coffee. You felt it too, right? I nodded. It wasn't about him. It was about what he reminded us of, that rare, trembling awareness of being alive. There were no more midnight window scenes after that. Not because they stopped happening, but because we no longer needed to watch. Sometimes all it takes is one unexpected conversation to peel back a layer of yourself you didn't even know was there. And Elias, he wasn't a magician or a mystery. He was simply someone who paid attention. And maybe that's the real kind of magic after all. Magic after